Oh shit. Um, Garlic, onion, garlic, maybe some pepper, some lemon pepper. All right. Like I said before, this might be weird on the playback, but we're gonna discuss some things. So what we're gonna talk about today? We're gonna talk about the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl ritual, right? We're gonna talk about that. Everybody else is eating off. Everybody else, everybody else is eating off the content. We 4 days past it, so let me get some food. Let me get some food. Everybody else eating. I know I've heard a few different breakdowns on the subject, and everybody talking about the same thing, same mundane hidden messages. Some of the messages is hidden, some of the messages ain't. That's fine. Everybody got to eat, so I understand what goes on in these YouTube streets. But see, me, I don't talk about the mundane, surface level type of topics. I just don't do that. I can't. I try. It just doesn't work. But that's cool. So what I'm going to talk about in this video, I'm going to talk about the butter not melting all the way. I'm going to talk about the subconscious mind, symbolisms, and how to decode things for yourself. I want to talk about what are the major music corporations, what are they getting out of the battle, out of the feud, out of the Super Bowl performance, and out of just murdering Drake. And we're going to go into some miscellaneous things. So we got one person in the building. That's enough. Whether it's 1 or 100, I do the same thing. I do the same thing. This is a little garlic butter, right? A little garlic butter, onion, and pepper. We're going to throw that on there. You know what I'm talking about? Let that sit and do its thing. So first of all, you know, when it comes to the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef, from the beginning, from all the way back to swimming pools. Was it swimming pools? No. Poetic Justice, when they first did that song, Poetic Justice. All the way to the Super Bowl, right? Drake's been asking for it. So whatever Drake did to piss off Kendrick Lamar and the powers that be, I guess he's getting what he deserves, right? One thing about the music industry is that it's all owned by the same people. The same people own all these individual record companies, right? But so it's really a monopoly. So Drake's run has been about 15 years strong, and this is rare. We don't really see nobody have a hold on the rap game for 15 years. Usually, people's cycle is maybe, hey, Miss Necessary, was good. What we got in the building? Stephanie was good. So usually we see people have maybe a 5, 6, 7 year run max. Drake has damn near tripled that, doubled that at least, right? Lolita was good. I didn't know you was in Canada. That's what's up. So the thing that happened with Drake is Drake was exposing the music industry for it being a monopoly, because Drake has had a monopoly on the game. Even though he may not be the most liked, but he is probably the most successful pound for pound, dollar for dollar artist that we've seen, right? And that's cool. Hate him or love him, right? Hate him or love him. But you can't have that run like that, because it's gonna make people start to look at the game like, well, how come we all can't get a piece? What is my play in it? And, you know, I'm just a little independent artist over here. I really can't make this type of money like that. Or I'm signed to the same label, you know, Universal, Sony, or whatever the case may be. I'm not getting the same attention or shine that Drake is getting. So it's going to make people start to look at the game a little weird. That's why the game is funny now. It really ain't no money in it, because it never has been. But see, the labels have to make that illusion that there is money in the game. So Drake was kind of pulling the curtain behind that, because all the attention and all the resources was going towards one person, right? So Drake pissed off the right people at the wrong time. So there's been murmurings about Drake's attitude, his entitlement, and the way that he just treats other artists in the music industry, let alone the way that he treats the executives in the top layers and the top tiers of the music industry. They just got tired of his shit. So he picked the wrong battle at the wrong time. So Kendrick was assisted to dismantle Drake for sure. We can see this because Lucian was giving Dr. Dre high fives when Kendrick won the 5 Grammys. This is right after the whole I'm suing the record label lawsuit from Drake. So they was ready to get him up out of here. So they had to get Drake up out of here to give everybody else a little bit of shine time. So, you have to distribute the wealth. You got to make the people happy before they start to revolt. So you don't need all these artists getting mad and turning on the labels because the labels is already struggling as it is. You know what I'm saying? So they had to get him out of there so it can make it look like it's an even playing field. And Kendrick was just the man to do it. Got him up out of here. Simple as that. Now, do I feel sorry for Drake? No, not really. Well, I hate to see any half melanated person, fall. You know what I'm saying? Melanated, half melanated. Anybody who appears to be, a melanated dude or a woman fall from grace, man. It's always a sad thing because it seems like if you pay attention, it seems like they're just trying to destroy anybody that gets to a certain level, whether that be Diddy, whether that be Drake, whether that be Bill Cosby, whether that be Michael Jackson, whether that be Prince. So there's a lot of people that's in that discussion that gets destroyed by, the powers that be or record labels for reaching a certain success level and not really, playing the game, Stephanie said that Drake's fan base is like a cult. Yeah, Ack is the leader of the cult. Ack, I don't know. I don't know what's up with Ack, bro. Ack is on some other shit. You know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, so my videos that I dropped, these last 2 videos, the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl ritual exposed, they were not the average video that you're seeing on YouTube right now, right? They're not. There's levels to it, and of course I go to on that deep shit, so of course it wasn't going to be an easy pill to swallow. Of course not, and I know that. But when they talk about Kendrick Lamar's hidden messages in his videos, now let's tip our hat off to Kendrick for putting a whole bunch of replay value into the Super Bowl halftime show, because he did. We're going to watch that shit over and over again for a long time because he put a lot of jewels in there, right? Some jewels are blatant, some jewels are hidden, some people are just making stuff up, right? And, but the thing is, though, Kendrick is not pulling the wool over, the Super Bowl producer's eyes. He may have did some slick stuff in his head like, because Kendrick's a smart dude. But remember, everything that we seen on that screen had to be approved. So he wasn't being slick like, oh, I'm going to get my homies on here. We're going to be on some ghettos. We're going to talk about, we're going to divide the country's being divided. So I'm going to walk in the middle of the flag and they're not going to peep it. Nah, you got to remember, we're dealing with people who have been studying the psychology of human beings for a long time. After one of the world wars, when we quote unquote defeated Germany, we took a lot of their scientists, a lot of their researchers and their propaganda masters and puppeteers. We brought them over to the country and we learned the art of psychologically tampering with people's heads. These are the same people that run the country. That's your doctors that are in all these high places in entertainment. Yeah, same people, or their descendants or offsprings, So, as slick as Kendrick may have thought he was, that still had to get the head nod. And the reason why I say that is because they more than likely used Kendrick's creativity as a tool. And this is why I made the videos the way that I made them. So while other YouTubers are talking about the hidden messages, I'm talking about why did they allow him to do it? See, Kendrick could have did a whole bunch of songs. Black as the Berry. He could have did all kind of stuff from Pimp to Pimp a Butterfly. He could have did All Right. He could have did all kind of songs, but he didn't. So that tells me that they allowed him to do those. Why? That's my point. Why did they allow him to do those songs? Because when you're dealing with production that comes out of Hollywood, yes, sports is part of Hollywood. I don't know if y'all know this. It's kind of real, but just kind of ain't. It's like wrestling. It's kind of real, but kind of ain't. So why did they allow him to do that? Is because just like with any movie that gets greenlit or gets the okay to be produced, they always use it to social engineer. That's what I'm trying to tell you in those last two videos about the Super Bowl ritual. It's a social engineering tool every time. It always is. It always is, right? So I'm over here trying to make me some soup. And Kendrick Lamar was no exception to the rule, even though he probably wasn't aware of it. And Kendrick is a very smart dude, so I'm pretty sure he wasn't thinking that far ahead. But all the things that I was saying in those videos about how they're trying to promote or trying to provoke, I should say, civil unrest is very, very true. Absolutely. So they was doing it before Kendrick won the Grammys and the Super Bowl. They're going to do it during, and they're going to do it after until it happens. They're trying to make something happen, right? But for those who are in the room, maybe new to the channel, or maybe if you ain't new to the channel, maybe I'm sharing this on Facebook, maybe I'm sharing this on Instagram, I don't know. I just want to give you guys some very classic ways to watch Hollywood. That means every time you turn on your phone, you're watching Hollywood, on how to decipher and decode things for yourself. It's easy. It's easy. I mean, and a lot of this comes from the good old Brother Panic. So, first thing we're going to talk about is how to program the subconscious mind. Right? Subconscious mind 101 tactics, right? So, the subconscious mind, we got to understand what the subconscious mind is. You have the conscious mind, the unconscious mind, and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is in charge of things like breathing. You do that, you don't really think about it, it just happens consciously. Conscious mind. The unconscious mind is things like say you're driving down a freeway and you're just driving, but you're really not paying attention, right? You're really not paying attention, but you are receiving stimulation from the road. You're daydreaming about something, but you're still driving, and before you know it, you're at your destination. You're like, how'd I get there? That's the unconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the things that are deep-seated inside the mind that you don't really see in the forefront. For example, when you're a little child, you may have been in a stroller and a police officer came and gave you a sticker. And when you looked up as a baby, you seen the shiny badge and the uniform and you seen the smile. You're too young to remember the whole situation, but that symbolism of badge, smile, uniform stuck inside of your subconscious mind. Right? That's the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind makes you who you are. because it develops the characteristics that make up your being or your personality, I would say. Right? Hold on. Right? So, just like how I said, you grow up to be a police officer or a firefighter because of that situation that you had when you were a child. Right? Now, symbolism is part of what programs the subconscious mind. Hold on. The other thing that the programs the subconscious mind is repetition. Things that you do over and over, things that you see over and over, things that you hear over and over, things that you taste over and over, places that you go over and over, programs the subconscious mind. Trauma. Things that traumatize you program your subconscious mind. For example, you got bit when you're a little kid by a dog. You don't really remember it, but you grew up having a fear of dogs. Programming the subconscious mind. Now, how does this correlate with watching the media or the Super Bowl or movies? You have to look for the symbols, shapes, badges, letters. These are all symbols, right? You got to look for the things that keep happening repetitively, right? Like on a schedule, like on a calendar, over and over. These things program the subconscious mind. Got to look at things that traumatize you, hurt your feelings, or even make you happy. Good trauma, still trauma to the mind, right? Subconscious mind. When we look at, now let's just take the Super Bowl or any sports event. Do we see repetition? Do we see symbols? And do we see trauma? In sports, absolutely. We see repetition because games come on Sunday, next Sunday, next Sunday, next Monday, next Monday, next Thursday, next Thursday. There's the repetition cycle. Okay? Symbols. Any logo, that's a symbol, right? Any color, stadium shapes, the shape of the football field is a symbol. The lines, symbols. We see those repetitiously over and over. So, trauma. When it comes to sports, do we see trauma? Yeah, we see trauma. When the other team scores a basket, scores a touchdown, you get mad. It hurts. It hurts. Oh my God, they scored on us. Then y'all score. Oh, we're happy. Yay. Back and forth. Trauma, 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 trauma. Programmed. Happens in music, when you have a hook, when you hear a song over and over on the radio, when you get happy, when you hear a song you don't like. Happens in TV. Happens in movies. It happens in YouTube. It happens in Instagram, especially social media apps, which are shorts. You watch a short over and over and over. Colors, sound, light hypnotizes you and programs you. Once you start seeing where the programs are, you can avoid them or you can use them. Kendrick Lamar and the Super Bowl ritual was maybe not a ritual on Kendrick Lamar's part, but it definitely was used in an agenda that we're seeing play out right now. And a lot of people don't see it. So when I drop videos like the last two, they seem a little over the top. For the most part. I'm just checking the comments, making sure everybody's been here. Yeah. So, this wasn't going to be a long drawn out type of situation. Bring y'all over here. You dig? You know. So, I don't know. Anybody have any thoughts? Any opinions? Any comments about it? What did y'all think about it? Did y'all like it? I know a lot of people didn't like the performance, but it probably wasn't really for everybody. If you're not the creative type, it definitely wasn't going to sit well with you. A lot of white people was upset, but again, they were supposed to be upset. It was designed for them to be upset. I went to work and I heard this lady talking about her parents was watching. They was like, "Who is this guy? We don't know who this guy is. Like, we can't even understand what he's saying. He's mumbling." Really said that. Hold on, dog. Hold on, dog. We gotta put some you feel me in there. But I don't know what y'all think about it. I liked it. It was more interesting to hear from an OG hip hop artist. Yeah, man. But I heard a couple of people damn near grit their teeth to say they liked it. A couple of OGs, I don't know. I just think that I got a cousin. He can't stand Kendrick Lamar. That boy be on Kendrick Lamar shit so tough. So tough. And I'm just like, man, he's like, well, people don't slap Kendrick Lamar in the hood like that. You can't slap him with some 415s. And Kendrick Lamar's music is not made for that. It really ain't. Does he have some songs that slap? Yeah. And I'm from the West Coast. Specifically, let me say this for the record. I'm from the Bay. Okay? We made that word slap. We've been saying slap for like 25, 30 years. Right? Slap don't just mean any song that's good. That's not what slap means. Slap means when you play it in your car, your trunk be slapping because of the speakers and the bass and the drums. That's what slap means. I don't know where slap turned into good song or food or none of that. I don't know what that is or what that's about, but I don't like it. But so Kendrick don't really have a lot of slaps like that, slapping ass songs. But he got good music, All right. Anything else? Yeah, that's y'all word. I'm from SoCal. Y'all lingo's crazy. So you're my California cousin. Yes. You guys make up some words too. Let's see. I can't think right now. Remind me. But we share a lot of lingo. We share a lot of lingo. I ain't gonna even hold you. But if that's it, I'm gonna go ahead and eat my little noodles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Unless I want to stick around and see the ending product. Hold on. Lolita's Rose say Drake going against the label is like Drew going against Drew. No. Real talk. Hold on. Lolita, real talk. because this is how you know it's serious. Because that's they little darling. Drake is they darling. Drake made them feel like we own rap now. And you know they always been trying to get a hold of rap too, so it made the small hats feel like this is ours. We got it. Nah. So that's what I said. This is what I'm saying. He pissed somebody all the way off. All the way off. All right, peace. So yeah, man. If y'all don't really want to go into anything further about that, I think I've beat a dead horse. You can only talk about the Super Bowl. So much Drake. Lolita says Drake is half small hat. It's a birthright thing. Yeah, you know what? You know what's funny about that? They've been around, the small hats been around music for a long time. A long time. Especially since the inception of hip hop. But even before hip hop, when we talking about rock, blues, jazz, they've always been there, pulling the strings. My theory is because they understand what music is to the spirit, because they understand the spirituality of sound, because the small hats, they are into the Kabbalah and the Yetzer. I can never say this word. It's called the Book of Creation, and the Book of Creation is about sound and how sound creates things. So this is why the small hats have so much invested interest in the sounds that create things, because they understand the power, the true power and the true essence of music. But not only music, also film. They've been there too, because they understand how light and sound are just two separate ends of one thing. Light and sound are the same thing. They're just two. One is just slower than the other. One is faster, one is slower. Light is faster, sound is slower of vibration. It's all vibration at the end of the day, right? So this is why when you look into what a Nickelodeon is, right? The small hats came over here in this country and they opened up the Nickelodeons. The Nickelodeons were little theaters where you could like pay like 2 cents to watch a movie through like these little things. You know what I'm saying? They were called, or a nickel. That's what they call Nickelodeons. I'm sorry. So they've been understood the power of. Hold on. Okay. So they've been understood the power of suggesting and controlling the mind through hypnotism. Because what happens when you go to the movies? You make the conscious decision to suspend reality, to go into a dark room and look at flashing lights and sound. That's what hypnotism is. You have to be open to it so it can work, and then the hypnotist has to do their job. Straight hypnotism. When you turn on your phone, you are trusting whatever's on your phone to be whatever you are accepting, because you look at your phone as a personal device. So you're like, this is my phone. There's not going to be nothing on here that's going to hurt me because I know what's on here. This is my phone. You're putting your guard down. There's intruders all on your phone. All right now. Manipulating the light and the sound right now. Real shit. Real shit. shit. Yeah, well, hey y'all. I would love to stay and chit chat, but I have to make some noodles. I'm hungry. I've been fasting and shit. Somebody said my face looked real slim and shit. Been fasting, getting my shit right, getting my temple right. So I'ma tap in with y'all. I love y'all. Y'all know that. I'm out.